development plan for dummies. If you could just quickly go through and point out what those boxes are, and from maybe left to right, how big they are, and what type of uses are proposed there.
And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to really, actually I am trying to really avoid answering the question directly. But it's a case where once we actually have a lease executed with the tenant, even then, a lot of the tenants will not allow us to disclose because they want to make their own notice and make it pop with their own timing. At this point in time, I apologize, but I can't really go through.
What about the number of buildings?
Again, mainly this is a conceptual plan. These number of buildings here are just to see how we can maximize square footage on it. This might change. This is a row of 4 here, and these will be up here after meeting. You can look at these. It might end up 6 or 7. So I really can't say that once we start talking to people and moving this along, it might be 4, it might be 5. This might be 2 buildings instead of 1. This might be 2 buildings over there instead of 1. It's conceptually, this is about how it lays out. And hopefully we can generate much more interest once we get the major credit tenants lined up, so we can find out what the depth of the marketplace is for the smaller tenants. If you look today, there really isn't a marketplace for small tenants that we could afford to build for with what they would pay for rent. But again, we're looking at something opening up 2013. So we'll be talking to a lot of tenants. One of the primary tenets of retail development is you need to get major name tenants initially as the draw. And that's what this first move will be. We'll be coming in and trying to fill these. We have strong interest from 2 or 3 restaurant tenants now if we can come in and fill these. And that's why this might change a little bit even. Personally, I think downtown could use a few more restaurants. I like the concept of having a lot more pedestrian traffic, and if you have restaurants that are very successful, then this gets used a lot more because people are waiting 45 minutes to an hour on Friday, or Mr. Coppola, as you said, on the ones that are 2 hours for a restaurant. So it's something that what I want to make sure is someone just doesn't get married so much to this and say, you showed 10,000 there and that tenant's 14,000 on this. This is, again, a conceptual in terms of layout. The sizes may change a little. We're going to maximize as much as we can. It's the proverbial 20 pounds. We're going to try and get as much as we can on this. So it's the site configuration. We'll see when the interest comes up, and that's what we're asking for now. Let us take it to the next step, which is let us go out and really start marketing this now and moving ahead and saying, okay, we've moved past this stage of analysis. Now let's enter in negotiations with some of the tenants who have initially expressed slight interest or willingness to come to this market, and see if we can also beat the bushes to get some more coming in.